controversy, opinion, point of view. This is Prime News.
I'm 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗟. Welcome to Prime News. An astounding parent alert tonight. Reports that possibly 90 teenage girls at one high school are either expecting or already teen moms. This is in Memphis, Tennessee. Now officials there dispute the exact number, but it's clearly a problem. Joining me tonight, Wendy Walsh, psychologist and blogger for 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗟. Former teen mom, Summer Owens, author of Life After Birth, a memoir of survival and success as a teenage mother. And on the phone, Pastor Ricky Floyd. He mentors these young girls, and his church is right next to the Frayser High School where all this is taking place. And before we get started, let's listen to the superintendent. He seems to contradict himself over those 90 or so cases of teen pregnancy.
There are not 90 children who are pregnant right now at Frayser High School. There were 75 last year, so there could be 90 this year, particularly with either new entrants, new people coming in to be part of this program.
All right, we reached out to the school, invited the superintendent to come on Prime News and asked for a statement. The school declined all of that. So here's the question tonight. Why are so many teenagers in Memphis, in this high school, getting pregnant? What's going on there? Is there some sort of environment? Are the girls comfortable with it? Is the school doing too much to accommodate them? These are questions we're going to talk about tonight. Bring on my guest, Pastor Ricky Floyd, your church right across the street from this high school. What is it that's going on there? Because the numbers seem astounding to me. If, in fact, it's anywhere near 90, only 800 students in the school. I figure about half of them are probably boys, so they can't get pregnant. I mean, you're talking about a large percentage here. And I understand this is a school that they say is some sort of magnet for pregnant teens. Do you think there's an atmosphere of encouragement, or are they just taking care of a problem that's there?
Well, it's an attitude of encouraging young girls who are already pregnant. I think one of the things that we cannot do as a community or a society is that we cannot throw young ladies away when they become pregnant. So I think what Frayser has done is, yes, it is a problem there. Yes, it is a high rate. But some of that is because they, according to some of the spokesmen that I've talked to the school system, they actually recruited young pregnant girls in, or they accepted young girls from other schools. One of my young members just told me this week that within the last 4 weeks, there were 4 new pregnant girls that came into Frayser. So if
that transferred into the school because they can accommodate them, whether it's with prenatal care or if it's with daycare for the children after they're born. So this is, and I'm all for this. I'm all for this because teen pregnancy is going to happen. You know, you can jump up and down, you can do whatever you want. It's going to happen, and it's great that teenagers have a place where they can continue to get an education and try to move on with their lives. But the concern here, Wendy Walsh, is if you have a school like this and all your friends are getting pregnant, do you think it could foster an atmosphere that, hey, being pregnant, not the worst thing. Maybe it's a good thing. I'll fit in with the rest of the school.
Well, we wonder what it's worth, Vinny, back when they sent girls away in shame to some kind of home for pregnant girls. And now it sounds like this school is mainstreaming these girls so that they will get the support they need, but they're still in with their peers and their population. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Maybe it's encouraging some, but I think far more encouraging for these young girls to get pregnant is simply shows like Teen Mom on MTV that glamorizes pregnancy, or the media's focus on a supposed celebrity baby boom. I don't think celebrities have babies at any higher rates than anybody else. But you wouldn't think that if you were reading the tabloids.
Yeah, that's true.
And finally, and Vinny, listen, we live in a culture that basically says, hey, women and men are now all free. It's equality. Feminism worked. But I'll tell you, when boys hook up, they're not at risk for acquiring motherhood.
No.
And that's what girls don't understand. They can't hook up the way boys think they can because the risks are just too great for women.
Hey, let's take a listen to one of these teen moms from Frayser High School down there in Tennessee.
It's a shame that all these girls at Frayser are pregnant, but it ain't nothing new. Some girls try to do it because they think it's cute. Some be an accident.
And that was from the Today Show. Summer Owens, how about it? And again, I want to make clear here that I think we should support these teens and give them what they need so they can continue their education. Do you think there's any possibility, though, that if you make it I don't want to say too easy, but if too accommodating, too common in one school, that the other girls at the school might feel like, hey, maybe I should get pregnant like the rest of my friends.
No, I absolutely agree that that support is necessary, and the girls that are teen mothers already need to have that support so that they can go on with their lives. That's how I was able to make it, by having that support. But what may be missing, or what we need to add and give more, is what I'm doing since I've written my book, is giving these girls the real facts about how hard it is being a teen mother, even beyond the baby years. But once the teens grow up, or the children grow up into their teenagers, I have a 16-year-old son now, and I think it's important for us to go to the schools and let them know that being a teen mother is not easy. It's hard.
Absolutely.
But for those that are, the ones that are teen mothers, though, they need to see that they can go on, that they can still have a successful life.
Yep, and there's two parts. I think there's two parts of this, and I want to do the second part of the discussion after the break, where we talk about, all right, let's talk, what do we do before they get pregnant? We understand what this school's doing after they get pregnant. How about before? We'll talk about that also coming up on Prime News.
There isn't the great stigma that it was when I was in school, of course. And I just, you know, when I was 14, your life is over. You're having a baby out of wedlock, your life is over. So when the baby died, the baby was never brought home from the hospital, and the baby died, I knew that it was my second chance.
That's Oprah on CNN's Piers Morgan Monday night. You know, back then, your life was over. Today, you could be famous. You could be cast in shows like MTV's Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant, reality stars. And is that the message that these young girls are getting? Do today's teens have no fear of getting pregnant? Now, remember those teen girls from Gloucester, Massachusetts, home of the alleged pregnancy pact back in 2008?
I remember finding out one person was pregnant. That was, like, incredible. And then 17, 22, like, these numbers are outrageous.
17 girls getting pregnant in one high school, that shocked us. But at Frayser in Memphis, we could be talking about 90 girls in a smaller school of about 800 students. In that zip code, the pregnancy rate is more than double the national average. 26%, meaning 1 in every 4 teen girls living there is pregnant. Pastor Ricky Floyd, let's talk about the other part of this. We understand that this school is doing, I guess, a great job in supporting these teens after they get pregnant. What do we do to prevent them from getting to that point?
Well, first of all, I just want to say this is not a Frayser problem. This is not just a Memphis problem. This is a national problem. One thing that we have to recognize is whatever you see is what you aspire to be. If these girls are in their inner city, you know, there's a thing that's called white flight. Right now, what you're seeing in Memphis area is you're seeing black flight as well. So the only thing they have to see is surrounding them are mainly women who are having children out of wedlock. They don't have the opportunity to touch and to mingle with people who are successful, people who are in successful marriages, or even single mothers who are doing progressive things. Then they will begin to think that this is what they're designed to be. So we have to give them options other than what they see on a daily basis in this particular community.
Summer Owens, was there anything that someone could have said to you, or some lesson you could have learned that may have prevented your teen pregnancy?
Well, first of all, I do want to say I totally agree with what Pastor Ricky Floyd just said. That's exactly how I feel, and that's exactly why I go to as many schools as I possibly can to show the teen mothers that are there what's still possible, and also to talk to the other girls to show them what a successful young black woman looks like and what they can be. So I absolutely agree with that. I think self-esteem is a big issue, and that was part of my problem, and something that I think I could have gotten when I was younger, and probably a lot of our girls today need, is to know that they're beautiful, and they don't have to be told by a boy that they're beautiful, or even by a man that they're beautiful, to feel that they're worth something, and they don't have to sleep with these men. And I think that's the case in a lot of these situations.
Hey, let's go to the phone lines. Carrie's in New York tonight. Carrie, your thoughts?
Yes, hi. I just wanted to say that I was 16 when I got pregnant, and my mother laid the rule down right away. And she told me, you're going to have this baby, and you're not, have an abortion. The father's going to take care of it. And if you have any more, I'm going to social services, and you're not going to be getting social services. And I think that this is what's happening with a lot of the teens today. I still see it today. they know that they can have as many babies as they can, and social service and your taxpayer money is going to pay for this. And so when the parents realize is that they're going to look for the father or they got these babies to take care of, I think that the teen pregnancy will, you know, slow down.
Thanks so much for the call, Carrie. Wendy Walsh, I'll give you the last word on this one.
You know, I think she's absolutely right. Putting definitely more pressure on men, and in this case, boys, to step up and make sure they pay their share is important. But worldwide, the #1 thing that reduces teenage pregnancy is education. Educate these girls. This is a direct line to poverty. If they get pregnant when they're young, give them career options and opportunities. Expose them to all the opportunities and possibilities for their lives, and they won't take this route.
Thanks so much, Wendy, Summer, Pastor Ricky Floyd. Appreciate it.